Hey guys and girls, and welcome to the finale of Let's Play Bare Knuckle 3. In the last episode, we went through the route that you take if you let the general die. However, this route is where you go if you actually rescue the general in time, and I don't know if I'm going to be showing I don't know if I'm going to be showing it in the video yet, but I managed to rescue the general just in time, just before the gas went off. I was actually really impressed with that. I've only done that a handful of times, so yeah, despite the fact that we've rescued the general, we're not out of the woods yet, pardon the pun. And of course, much like the route to the White House, you know, this level has its own themed enemies as well, so we won't see the thugs here. But we won't see the thugs here, but we will see motorcyclists for some reason. Sometimes it's worth. Hang on. Sometimes it's worth just getting hit by the motorcycles just to get a cheeky smack in, like what I did just then. I just punched him as he came in. Like, this will teach me to run me over. BAM! Whew. Well, there isn't a... Oh, bloody hell. I didn't notice that there was two motorcycles. Oh! Look, you can see the Mega Drive's just like struggling with all the sprites on the same level. It's just like... God, Shiva's got... he's got plenty of life, so I can't exactly just take him down and then get on with the motorcycle. Ow! Get on with the motorcycles. Yeah, there we go. I've got one left to go. Oh, whoa! Slow down! Right, here we've got both motorcycles out of the way, and we just need to get rid of the Shiba Ninja. It shouldn't be too hard, though. Definitely haven't got to worry. Ow! Seriously? What are you trying to do? Make kangaroo meat? I mean, I know Tesco have been like under a lot of fire recently with the whole horse meat situation, but seriously, that's just no reason to, you know, start making other substitutions and start using kangaroo meat. Seriously. Well, they're saying that. I wonder what kangaroo meat tastes like. I suppose curiosity will get the better of me one day, I suppose. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we're on our way to the the abandoned factory now, and along these woods we got little traps along the floor, little rope traps. So you got to be careful of those. But one thing I've never really understood is that obviously the rope traps, they're environmental hazards, and I think they're pretty much the only environmental hazard that don't affect the enemies. I mean, you can try and get the enemy into a rope trap as much as you like, and I want to try and go. Oh, I can't believe I died just before I get to being able to get to the apple. Oh, there's another one there that I don't really need. There we go. Move forward as much as possible, or at least gives off the illusion of getting to the level as quickly as I can. What was I saying? Yeah, traps, luring enemies into traps. For whatever reason, it just doesn't work. It won't send them up. That's just not fair. Seriously. How can... Oh, yeah. Ow! Oh, okay, I didn't see that one at the bottom. I thought it was only the one at the top that was going to explode. I tell you what, these robots can be annoying to fight sometimes, but with their jumping and everything else. I want to try and keep away from that. Oh, go away. Ha! You weren't going to get me that time. Oh, I was kind of hoping we were going to get into the used factory, like. Okay, I didn't realise that. I realised I got too close to that. Yeah, I was kind of hoping we were going to get to the factory like sooner rather than later. There are times where I really do appreciate the vulnerability that comes when you do that standing kick attack. Oh, obviously you don't get too vulnerable when you're jumping like that, but it didn't take that much health off of me, which is one of the things that I can always appreciate about the Japanese version. Even on very hard, or what have I got this on? I've got on hard, haven't I? Even on the harder difficulty settings, you know, you don't get much life taken off of you, which is helpful. Because obviously in the Western version, you know, you get a shitload of life taken off of you, especially on the harder difficulty levels, which is why I've never actually played it on hard. I should do, but no, that's a lie. That's a lie. I have played it on hard, but I've just never ever completed Streets of Rage 3 on hard. Alright guys, here we are in Mr. X's robot factory. Now you don't necessarily have to attack, well, at least I managed to pick up that chicken before the Robot X, or Mr. AZ. Really? Mr. AZ? That's just weird. I'm just used to Robot X. It amuses me that they have the fat bloke laugh and they have an actual death scream as well. Do they have an emotion chip or something? I don't know. But as I was saying, yeah, you don't actually have to attack them. I think you just have to wait for them to pass. Oh, well, we got a dodgy fella in the background holding what looks like a mirrored file. And this level should be familiar to anybody who's ever played Streets of Rage 2, because this is very similar to the, this is very similar to the, well, I can't remember what type of level it is. I think it was a construction plant. Not a construction plant, it was some sort of factory anyway. I can't remember exactly what it was. I don't play Streets of Rage 2 that often because I don't rate it that highly, so, but yeah. The conveyor belt, they've returned, and they're just as annoying as always if you've ever played on a conveyor belt in any given level. And of course, another environmental hazard is if you see that little flashing dot there at the top, that fires out a little bolt of a little laser bolt there. So you got to try and be careful of that. And thankfully, that's an environmental hazard which can affect the enemies, which is always well and good. We've got ourselves a few gunmen here, so you got to be wary of any stray bullets and stray lasers. In fact, this is a very projectile-happy level, so you really have just got to watch your surroundings. And I promise I didn't pronounce surroundings like that. Surroundings, seriously? I'm actually quite surprised I managed to duck underneath that laser. Ooh. I tell you what, when you're running towards the gunmen and you got the conveyor belt working against you, it's really awkward to try and get the blitz move on them, because you're not going too far forward and they're gonna shoot you. It really is that simple. Oh god, I'm losing quite a few lives at the moment. I hope I'm gonna get through this with at least one continue intact, or rather not having to use a continue. I gotta admit, I actually do love doing that when I'm standing on a conveyor belt, you know, just going behind them and then just going doing the whole standing jump thing. Because obviously the game treats that move as a standing kick attack. You know, it doesn't treat it as a standard slam or throw attack. Oh, get out of the way. Quite surprised that it makes me laugh every time. It's just like, don't mind me, I'm just passing by. I hope you don't mind these ow, seriously, electrocutions. Not fair. Actually, one thing I've often wondered is why enemies don't have electrocution frames. You know, all the characters, they've got, you know, you can just like that, you see? He just died instantly, and all we saw was just him die. We didn't see, like, his skeleton or anything. I don't know. No, of course, now we've reached the part where, oh god, this section's going to be pretty awkward, because the conveyor belt is now going to change its directions from left to right. And of course, as you can see on each side of the screen, we've got the happy little evil red dots, so you got to be careful there. Oh, excuse me. I like the little detail in the background. You know, you got yourself you got that little robot there that's just like being suspended in a glass container thing sort of place. Sort of like the Tyrant from Resident Evil, except the Tyrant was pretty much complete, and this thing, it looks like a giant monkey without legs. And sometimes, obviously when the belt's moving left and right, not temporarily, poor choice of words there, simultaneously it can be a help and a hindrance depending on what you're trying to do. Obviously if you're going against the flow of the conveyor belt, then yes, it's going to be it's going to be a hindrance, but oh dear. I was going to say I hope the belt stops soon, and the belt has stopped. And just about the only appearance of a single lone rocket enemy in this game. Obviously, it has more health than the other rockets that were accompanying Jet. Well, obviously, what with this being a later level, so I'm kind of glad that there is only one rocket in this game. Oh, not one rocket in this game, one rocket in this level. Well, it would have been nice to see some more. I don't know. I feel quite ambivalent as far as rocket is concerned. You know, I'm grateful that there's only one, but at the same time, it would have been pretty cool to see just a couple more. I don't know. I guess I don't want to see more than one at any one time. I've often wondered why that little red dot at the top of the screen, that one doesn't fire out laser, and I've often wondered why. You know, that could be like a hazard to anybody who, you know, thinks it's a good idea to try and jump up that way, but I don't know. We should be done now? Yeah, we are. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Zero, or as is known in the Western version, Dr. Dahm. That's spelled D-A-H-M. Yeah, Dr. Dahm in the Western version. And he's obviously got this little pincers that have to obviously come down to get you. There we go. I knew I'd get that wording out sooner or later. And you got to be wary of when it actually comes straight down. You've got to wait for it to finish coming down before. Oh, there we go. Before you can attack it. And obviously you want a conveyor belt which is heading towards a laser fence, so you want to avoid that. And what I like to do, obviously with that in mind, I like to go down to the bottom of the screen, as you can see, because that way you at least, you know, when the pincers come down, you don't have to worry about moving all over the place or going out of line with the pincers, because you're constantly at the bottom of the screen, so you don't have to worry too much about missing it. There we go. I had a feeling that was and the feeling the special move was going to take off more damage, because I just noticed that that the down attack, the down aerial attack, there we go, we'll say that, wasn't taking off much energy, so I'm just grateful that the special attack takes off more. There we go. And actually, oh, here we go, here comes the pincers pinch mode. Had to make sure I said that correctly. You want to be careful of this, because when it comes down, it still generates an electric charge, so don't get too anxious to attack it just yet. And I'm quite surprised it didn't electrocute me as it came towards me. Evidently you can walk underneath it. I didn't actually know that, because I always spend most of my time trying to avoid it. Actually, now I think about it, Dr. Zero in this kind of in that little compartment there, he kind of reminds me of Dr. Robotnik in a way. That gives me an idea. I hate that kangaroo! Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Neo X, and it seems that that's all that's left of Mr. X. You know, he's pretty much a brain in a jar. It kind of reminds me a bit of Kane, actually, from RoboCop 2, except Mr. X seems to be missing his eyes. But anyway, yeah, you've got a maximum of 3 minutes to defeat Neo X, otherwise all the bombs that Mr. X has planted will explode, leaving the city in utter devastation, so don't do that. Although, to be fair, despite the fact that this is the final boss, this fight is pathetically easy. All you literally just have to do is just do exactly what I'm doing, you know. I'm pretty sure that, you know, Mr. X on Streets of Rage 2 was harder. In fact, I guarantee that Mr. X on Streets of Rage 2 was harder. I mean, this literally all you have to do. I mean, he follows more or less the same pattern, you know. He'll mix it up occasionally with a different attack, but by and large, he's just going to keep dashing at you, so you just keep jump kicking him and he's going to go down. In fact, I remember one time, actually, when I was younger, and this game was fairly recent, actually. My uncle and I, we'd gotten to this part of the fight, and I was pretty much kicking Neo X's ass. I can't remember what his name is in the Western version, which is surprising. And my uncle got the last hit on him, and he was like, "Yeah, I fucking finished him, yeah, boy." And I was like, "Yeah, but I did all the fucking work." Got a couple of hits to go. One special attack should be enough left to finish him now, or not. And that's it, you're dead. 1 minute 4 left on the clock. And Mr. X's vial has been busted open. Where have I seen this kind of ending before? You know, facility explodes in a forest, escapees by helicopter. And more to the point, how did Adu rescue them? Did he just happen to find an escape hatch that could be opened or something? But there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is the true ending of Bare Knuckle 3 or Streets of Rage 3, whichever you prefer. You know, we were able to prevent the Laxian explosion, and the city has been excuse me, the city has been restored to peace. And that's pretty much it, really. So, yeah, I don't think there's much else to say now, so I think I'll just leave you guys with the ending credits now, and I'm not sure what my next game is going to be, so until then, guys, thank you very much for watching, or at least those of you that have stuck with the with the game all the way through, and until next time, take care of yourselves.